Hello, everybody, and welcome into another Flames News and Rumors here at the Hockey Writers. I'm your host, Matthew Zator, and as always, Justin joins me as we talk the Flames and their not very good season so far here. They are last in the Western Conference. They did have a win not the previous game. They got a point against the Jets. Shut out the San Jose Sharks, who's having a really good season. They're actually flipped because the Flames are doing what the Sharks usually do at this point of the season. There's still stuff going around the Flames. And we're going to start with a prospect, which we have talked about on these videos before, and that's Zayne Parekh. Still some kind of decisions to make with him, even though he has gone past the 9 games. If he does get sent back, that first year of his contract still burned. But there is talk that they might decide, or there is not from the Flames per se, but around the Flames insiders and guys that write articles, that he should be sent and gone to the World Juniors, which are coming up. He'd be a big part of that as well, because he's one of the top, and he's still a really good prospect. What do you think the Flames should do with him? Because, like you said, World Juniors is big. He'd probably be sent back to Saginaw after that and probably dominate the rest of the season. But are you still on board with keeping him in the NHL? I know last time we talked, you were kind of on that stretch because he doesn't have anything else to do really in junior.
Yeah, it's interesting because even if he does stay in Calgary, he probably won't get a ton of ice time, at least for the next little while. So that option is on the table. Still, personally, I would lean keep him in the NHL. And that applies to World Juniors as well. He has nothing to prove there either. He's, again, he's too good for the junior leagues at this point. And while it would be nice to maybe, get his confidence up, score a bunch of points, that would be fun. But at the end of the day, it's good to be in the NHL, to learn those habits, to be around your teammates, to just get the kind of learning curve out of the way, because it can be hard. And transitioning to the NHL, this is a completely new environment. You kind of want to be there. You don't want to go up and down and up and down. It might be beneficial just to stay here just for that aspect.
And the fact that he can't be sent down to the AHL, which is probably where he'd be if he was eligible for it. But yeah, it is still a tough decision, even though, yes, they go past the 10 games. That does not mean that they don't get sent back. It's happened in the past with other guys. Dylan Guenther in Arizona, they sent him back about halfway through the season back to junior. And he lit it up when he got back there. And then went and got, and I think that was his next season was the full time in the NHL. So, it can help certain players, especially if they're kind of struggling in the NHL. I don't know if Parekh has struggled. He hasn't put up points, but I don't think he's looked out of place in the lineup. It just, when you're with a bad team, it's kind of tough with it at all, with the environment as well. So we'll see, because that decision is going to have to be made pretty soon. World Juniors are just around the corner, or a little over a month away. So there's going to be some decisions to be made with a lot of these types of players that can be still sent to the World Juniors and their teams there. All right. Well, when there's a team that's struggling, of course, trades are always on the table. We already talked about Kadri, Andersson. Those two are the big names that seem to be always in the trade rumors. But one guy that's come out of, a bit out of left field maybe, is Blake Coleman. He actually he's pretty close. He doesn't have a lot of term on his contract, so maybe should be the guy that we're talking about. He only has one more season left and is a UFA in 2027. So, this could be a perfect guy you trade around the deadline that could get you something pretty good. Do you see that maybe happening over a guy like Kadri and Andersson?
So we talked about it a bit, I believe, last time. Usually the guys who get traded have 1 year left. Coleman's close though, so we'll see what happens. Definitely not ruling that out. But again, sometimes teams, especially with what he's getting paid, wait until there's exactly 1 year left, then they retain, and then they get draft picks back. But with Coleman, he's a guy that you might want for 2 years. He's proven that he can help you win Stanley Cups. He did it with Tampa Bay. And regardless of the price tag, with a rising cap, it is worth it. Again, he does have that cup pedigree, and he can fill in perfectly on a contender's third line. So I could imagine them getting some interest, probably closer to deadline time though, but it's definitely somebody that they could get assets for, key assets, not only cap space, but also, draft picks, maybe a prospect, whatever it is, can help them with this retooling, rebuilding, whatever you want to call it, process that they're going through.
I mean, he had 15 goals last season. He had 30 the previous one before that. So it's like he has the potential to put up points. It's just, I mean, he's got 7 goals this season. He leads the Flames in goals. So, I mean, this is a guy that, like you say, has that cup pedigree, experience, great penalty killer, can play in every situation as well. I mean, there was a talk that the Devils might want him back. I mean, that could be something. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of teams. The Lightning may want him back. I mean, you think that they would be in the running as well. So, I mean, there's gonna be teams that will want him if they do put him on the market. Do they wait until next season? Maybe, because that's when, there's only 1 more year. There's some chance that, like you say, the retention will be on the table a bit more too. So it might happen this season. It might happen next, but I do see it that he could get traded. It just matter of, will it be around the deadline, or will they wait until the off season maybe to make a trade like that? But that's something to monitor beyond the other guys that they could trade that we've talked a bit more about. And one guy is Rasmus Andersson. And there's latest rumor talking about maybe the Maple Leafs getting in the running for him. Again, Vegas has been part of that because Andersson does have to say yes for any trades. So you do see maybe the Maple Leafs as a team, they need maybe a shakeup. They've been really struggling this season. They are a game under 500 now. Panic is setting in Toronto, so they may have to maybe make a big trade like this to maybe appease the fans right now. Do you see that happening?
I mean, the Leafs have needed defense, I would say, of Andersson's pedigree for years, in my opinion. So it makes sense as a fit. They do need that, a guy who can put up points, a guy who can play a ton of minutes. There are going to be a lot of teams, I think, who are interested in a guy like that, as long as the Flames are, willing to move him. I imagine they are at this stage. But Toronto's a good fit. We'll see what teams, because as we get closer to deadline time, there will be insiders saying this team's interested, this team's interested. But I imagine that Toronto will consistently be in that conversation, assuming they don't fall totally out of the wild card conversation by that point. But assuming they are a playoff hopeful team, they will probably be in on Andersson.
It just depends. Do they have the assets to it? I mean, Maple Leafs seem to be in on everyone, and it doesn't matter if they have assets to make it happen or not. But I mean, former GM is their GM. The Maple Leafs GM was Rasmus Andersson's as well. So I mean, there could be a connection there, and of course, Craig Conroy is worked under for living as well. So there is going to be something that could happen there. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I think other teams might be able to offer a bit more. But again, Andersson would have to, want to go there as well. He's already nixed a couple teams rumored in the offseason that they're saying, well, we had a deal with this team. I think the Kings were one of them. And he said no. So, I mean, there's always that possibility that you might have a deal with the team, but he doesn't want to go there. Well, then it's not happening. So we'll see with Andersson where he goes. If he goes, I think he does. It's just a matter of when that'll happen too. All right, let's finish the video with, mentioned Conroy there. They already gave an extension to their head coach. Conroy is still kind of a bit in the middle there. He could get an extension now. Do you think he should? Is the question. Fact that the Flames are not doing very well this season. He has done a pretty good job, getting out veteran contracts, getting rid of them, getting some young guys, draft picks, and then using those draft picks for some really good prospects. Does he deserve an extension at this point? I don't think you really want to change GMs, but I mean, things have happened with struggling teams. So what do you think about Conroy?
Now, I don't know how the Flames feel about him internally, but from what I've seen, I think he's doing a good job kind of building up this team from, the youth to the roster. The draft has been really good recently.
Mm-hmm.
I have really liked their draft picks. I'm not sure of his influence on that, how much influence and say he has, but he's overseen a very good draft process, one of the better draft teams, in my opinion. And if he's willing to oversee a rebuild, again, whatever you want to call it, then I think he should. He clearly has done some good things, in my opinion. And again, like you said, willing to trade off those veteran contracts. So if he's willing to do it, then I say let him, because I don't think that there's anybody else more qualified to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think, there's times where GMs get extensions in season. I see it mostly happening in the off season, where GMs kind of get those extensions. They're not really broadcast. I think Canadian teams are the only ones who really know these GMs get extensions. Because I know there's just kind of in the background, oh, he got an extension. All right. But yeah, we'll see if they decide to do it this season or wait till the off season. But I think he will. You change things, you're kind of resetting everything again. He's done a pretty good job, and we'll see what he does with Andersson, Kadri, Coleman, whoever else he's going to trade. He might trade away. But I think he's done a pretty good job with, getting rid of Lindholm. It was a big thing. And that was, and he got a pretty good haul for that, for him too. So yeah, we'll see what happens at the deadline, and if he does get an extension at some point too. All right. Well, let's see if hopefully the Flames maybe do a bit better in this next week or so, but and if any trades actually happen, because it seems like the Rasmus Andersson trade rumors have been since the offseason. It could happen any day now, and especially if they keep losing. But make sure to check in everything at hockeyWriters.com. We got great articles again from the Flames writers. Rupert has his News and Rumors column that comes out pretty regularly as well. So check that out, and any other articles he's got coming out. But until our next video, we will see you next time.